All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Flex Break. I hope you're having a great Thursday today, or just a great day in general if you are maybe watching this as a recorded version as well. Um, for today's stretches, want to focus on more of those upper body stretches, our dynamic stretches, our holding base stretches as well. We will do a couple of our lower body stretches, but like I said, today is going to be a little bit more of a higher focus on that upper body. So be sure to have maybe some sort of vertical surface close to you, a door frame, a wall, the vertical portions of your maybe a cubicle, your cubicle. But yeah, something for our chest stretch that we will do eventually. But let's get started right away here into our head and neck. So with those arms relaxed at your sides, we're going to start simply by just turning our head. Our first dynamic motion here for those neck muscles. So keeping the eyes along the horizon line as you turn the head from right to left, and then holding that end range of motion for 1 to maybe 3 seconds. And when you're ready, again, be sure to do an equal number of head turns to the left and to the right. And now, keeping the face and the head facing forward, we're just going to tip the head to the side, and then again to the other side, alternating from right to left, targeting that side of the neck, and again, that more specifically, that upper trapezius muscle. And again, do an equal number to the right and to the left. And then return the head to its normal position. And now for our neck rock and rolls. So again, chin to the chest, and we're just rocking our head, bringing our head into that side of the neck stretch position, and then chin back down to chest as we roll to the other side in that same fashion. Again, ear over the shoulder, stretching that side of the neck. As you roll, rock and roll from side to side, slow down that swing of the head as you go to that other side to allow all those muscles through the back of the neck to be stretched. And we'll do just a couple more here. Again, equal number to the right and to the left. And then return the head to its normal position. And let's do one that we don't typically do too often. There is a little bit of setup here. So with this one, just in our basic standing position, I want you to imagine that there is a clock face on the floor, and you are standing on the 6th position of that imaginary clock face. From here, bringing one arm behind the back, we're going to draw our head down and across. We're going to look between the 6 and 7 position on that imaginary clock face on the floor. Again, arm behind the back, and you draw the head down towards the body and pointing the nose between that 6 and 7 position of that imaginary clock face. Targets a little different portion of those upper back and neck muscles, but a great stretch nonetheless. So as you hold this one, you can add in that gentle pressure if you'd like, kind of pulling or pushing your head further into the stretch. Again, optional with that added pressure. And go ahead and raise the head back to its normal position. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Again, standing on that imaginary clock face on the floor, that 6th position, as I like to say, arm behind the back, and then drawing that head down, chin towards the body, but looking now to the other side, pointing the head, the face between the 4 and the 5 position. And again, reaching up, adding that gentle pressure if you'd like for that deeper stretch. And go ahead, release when you're ready. And let's do just our basic side of the neck stretch for our final neck stretching exercise. So again, arms at your sides, shoulders relaxed, or that arm behind the back if you'd like. And then simply just tipping the head, ear to the shoulder, and hold. Again, adding in that optional pressure. We're using that free hand, pressing through the top of the head and kind of pulling the head down towards the shoulder. And release that side. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Again, arm behind the back is optional. You can simply just keep the arms relaxed at your sides and tip the head and hold that stretch. And when you're ready, release, bringing the head back to its normal position. And now let's get into those shoulders, that upper back a little bit more. We're going to start with some movement first with just our basic arm swings. So making sure that you have some space out to either side of your body. And we're going to simply just start swinging our arms as high as we'd like to go. Again, it can be just below the shoulder, or you can get that full reach up overhead, whatever you're most comfortable with. And then when you're ready, just simply transition into that forward and backward arm swing. So again, that same concept where you can choose whether you want to reach up all the way overhead or just keep the shoulders loose and swing the arms maybe below the shoulder or a comfortable point of your choosing. And after a few swings, now we're going to go into our dynamic back of the shoulder stretch. So relax the arms momentarily, and then we're simply going to take that arm across the body, pull, and again, that 1 to 3 second pause, release and alternate to the other side. And with all of our stretches, if you haven't been, be sure to breathe. Inhale as you prepare and exhale as you get into that end range of motion. That exhale creates oxygen exchange and extra blood flow through the muscles and may help you get into a little deeper or even fuller range of motion with your stretch. So again, exhale as you pull, get into the stretch. Inhale, exhale. And be sure to do an equal number to the right and to the left. And then we're going to go into one of Isaac's stretches. If you've done these flex breaks before, or even his positive posture breaks, he has done this one for kind of a back of the shoulder stretch and also just muscular engagement exercise as well. So with this one, we're going to interlace the fingers and extend our arms forward. So that way our palms just face our body. From this position here, keeping our shoulders pulled down, we're going to simulate pulling our hands apart. So again, fingers should stay together the entire time, but it's that feeling and sensation that you are pulling your hands apart, which will stretch and engage those back of the shoulder muscles. So again, there should be that tension in the arms, through the back as well. Again, that feeling, that sensation that your hands are going to split apart from this interlaced position. And hold for just a couple more seconds. And release momentarily. And now let's do our horizontal arm reach stretch. So again, targeting those muscles. The muscles specifically are rhomboids that connect our side of our shoulder blade to our spine. So we'll interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, reaching the arms out as far forward as you can, all while creating that rounded position through that upper back. And so once you achieve that stretch, that full range of motion, we'll just pause and hold here for another 10 seconds or so. And release when you're ready. And now for the side of the torso, just our basic side bend stretch. We're going to do this starting out dynamically first, and then we'll hold one side at a time. So feel free to keep the hands at the center of the chest or reaching up overhead as you tip to the side to get that fuller side of the torso stretch. And again, hold for 1 to 3 seconds and then alternate to the other side. Again, exhale as you get into that end range of motion. And we'll do just a couple more here. And when you get back to your first side, the side you started with, pause and hold. So when you're ready, holding that first side here, we'll hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. And as we conclude this side, the side bend stretch, start planning or being next to, close to your vertical surface for our chest opener stretch. So release, switch to the other side. Again, hold. And go ahead and release. Like I said, we're going to get into that, that chest opener stretch. Feel free to do your basic chest opener stretch if you need to, if you don't have a vertical surface, that is ideal. And again, just simply pulling the shoulder blades back, pressing the chest forward for that basic chest opener. But if you're using a vertical surface here, placing that hand against that vertical surface with that arm straight, and then using our feet to pivot and open up the chest and establish that stretch, again, through the chest, kind of into that front of the shoulder as well. Be sure to breathe. Last couple seconds here. And then again, using your feet, go ahead and release to pivot your feet back towards your arm. Let's do the same thing on the other side. If you're using a wall, your hand position might look like this. So again, hand flat on the wall, kind of fingers pointing towards your back, keeping that hand, the arm parallel to the floor. Again, pivot the feet, open up the chest. Again, establishing that stretching sensation through the chest and front of the shoulder. And go ahead and release when you're ready. And for our final stretch here, just a couple for the wrists and forearms as we conclude. So elbows in at our sides and just our basic wrist circles, creating some extra lubrication through that wrist joint and just getting ourselves into just more motion from maybe being on our keyboard, typing for a long period of time, or maybe putting things together. So go ahead, change direction when you're ready. And we'll do one more movement-oriented stretch here for the wrist. So when you're ready, pause those wrist circles, go into a gentle fist position with those arms extended out in front of you. And then from here, flex at the wrist, pointing the knuckles to the floor. And depending on how tight you are, you might feel this stretch right away. But if you'd like to add in that rotation, that dynamic movement, all while maintaining, holding that initial flexed wrist position. and move slowly as you rotate. And go ahead and release. And that is it for today. Jana, that is absolutely incredible. That is awesome news. So I'm glad you were able to heal through a shoulder injury by utilizing some of the stretches that we do. So hats off to you. And I appreciate your gratitude. But again, everyone, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that routine, a little bit more upper body focused. Hope you needed some of those good stretches. But have a great weekend. And I hope to see you in a future Flex Break again. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it.
Good to see you as always, Kyle. Take care, everyone.